I did come upon a river of tears, the grief of my sisters and brothers. It had grown so deep, I could not cross over to continue on my journey. It was wild and black, and it threw out a spray that stained my garments blood red. I was filled with fear, I was filled with pain, and I thought I would never cross over. I did build a raft from the bones of my mother who had drowned in that river of sorrow. I did bind those bones all one to another with the ropes of the captives now free. I did steer that raft with a long straight pole from a tree that my father had planted, and I set off into that treacherous flow with a trembling hope in my heart. And as I crossed that angry stream, I looked in the water all swirling, and it showed me the faces of the ones I had killed by refusing to fight for their freedom. And it showed me the faces of the ones who had died while trying to end the struggles. And their voices cried out, "Get to the shore and continue this work we begun." And the water it dragged, and the water it pulled, and the pain it threatened to drown me. But I held my course and bore down on the pole from the tree that my father had planted. And I fell exhausted onto the shore as the raft splintered all into pieces. Then a smile came to my weary face, for I heard those voices singing songs like tears, songs like rivers. I have carried them all on my journey, and it's these I'll sing until that river runs as dry as the bones of my mother. And it's these I'll sing until that river's but a valley where sorrow once raged. River of Tears. Hello. It's so great to be part of On Your Radar tonight because John Platt and I go way, way back to around the time that song got written, way back in the beginnings of my performing back in Chicago. And he was actually living in Chicago at the time, DJing on WXRT, the indie rock station. So we were kind of growing up together in a funny way in Chicago. So it seems special to do that song tonight. It was a song that came actually literally out of a dream. Well, we are a people of movement. I mean, we are suffering in this pandemic with this stationary setup, and I mean, especially for me, I've spent my entire life almost in movement. Born in Detroit, I call myself baptized with motor oil. So not to be able to be on these trips has been a hardship. So I'm going to take us on a little trip. I'm not going to say virtual. I might say vicarious, with a tune that I wrote that sort of tries to encapsulate what it feels like to be out there on the road, what I call continuous flow driving, when you have to go at least 50 or 60 miles without ever coming to a complete stop, just gently braking, downshifting, and you kind of get into that altered state that travel can be. I'm going to try a little something tonight. I'm going to move from movement into the movement. And maybe in honor of the fact that John now, who does his show in the Bronx, Sunday Suppers, and has me still in rotation, so we're going round and round. And I feel like I want to kind of dedicate this to that as well. So we're going to start with a love song for a road sign called Waltzing at the 45th Parallel. Yeah, we're moving and we're driving and we're moving and we're walking and we're moving and we're marching. John Lewis walked onto the other side just a short time ago. I want to play a song that he inspired after I heard an interview of his on the eve of the 50th anniversary of the March from Selma, and dedicated to the idea that those brave people, including John Lewis, started a march that obviously is not completed. But what seems to be happening now is we're trying like the Dickens to see that it is complete, and we turn what he referred to that day, the state troopers on the other side of the bridge, the sea of blue, kind of standing there in resistance, that we get to finish that walk in his honor and the honor of all the people who have struggled over the decades to bring voting rights and equal justice for every human being. That's where this song came from. There's a chorus that comes up in it for you. It started out peaceful, just like they planned. 600 people walking hand in hand. 2 by 2 they made their way into that bloody fray. Here we go. We're still on the bridge, 50 years gone by. Still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge until we turn them around. Oh, silent marches, Montgomery bound. The right to vote, their common ground. Selma behind, what lay ahead would leave 3 people dead. Oh, we're still on the bridge, 50 years gone by. Still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge until we turn them around. Bridge and the angry blue sea at the bottom of the ridge. Old Edmund was a Klansman, and here's the shame: the bridge still bears his name. Oh, we're still on the bridge, 50 years gone by. We're still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge till we turn them around. Oh, 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 oh. Selma to Montgomery can't be measured in miles, you see, but in the courage to stand our ground and turn this hate around. Oh, we're still on the bridge, 50 years gone by. Still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge till we turn them around. Yeah, we're still walking, still on the bridge. 50 years gone by, still on the bridge, looking hate in the eye. We can't cross the bridge until we turn him. No, we can't cross the bridge until we turn him. Can't cross the bridge till we turn them around. We can't cross the bridge, we got to turn them around. Yeah, we gotta turn them around to cross that bridge. Got to turn them around. Whoa. Movement. Waltzing at the 45th parallel and still on the bridge where we are right now. I have my handkerchief. It's the dog days of August, so Lord knows I might have to do a little dabbing through the course of this concert, but I have my sort of historic Minnesota handkerchief that my friend Andrea sent me a long time back that's got landmarks and special places marked all along it. And many of those places I might have actually been this spring and summer in my travels. So if I dab, I'll try to dab on someplace specific and remarkable for me. So this pandemic, I mean, we have to talk about it, right? It's what we've got. It's where we are. And I found myself kind of having these fever dreams. Oh, I wanted to point out my shirt, by the way, which just came in the mail yesterday from Strong Women. It's just numbers, but it says so much. Anyway, I was having these fever dreams where I would wake up in the night and have a whole sort of scenario going on, and words and melody, and I would get up and have to finish it. And this one came from a sort of offhanded utterance from my partner, Mark, which became the title of the song. And it's kind of about passion during the pandemic, lust in the time of COVID. I was thinking about how, in a way, masks are traditionally, historically kind of mysterious and romantic, but it doesn't really seem that way right now. And I was thinking about how unfortunate it is for people who have had a lot of Botox, because they have no, like I've always been told by photographers, oh, you smile with your eyes, which means I get really crinkly and have lots of wrinkles. And that's okay by me. But you think about it now, if somebody has a mask on and they're saying, I'm so happy. I'm beside myself with happiness. Nothing happens. So I feel bad for them. No Botox for me. By the way, I'm just crinkling up a storm here. So here's my take on passion during the pandemic. I call it the Don't Touch My Face Tango. You step into my room and every molecule's on fire. You take me in your arms and I am molten with desire. Your hands commence their clever dance with mischief, art, and grace. Just don't touch my face. You've the power to melt my heart with just one longing look. You're 50 movies wrapped in one, you're better than the book. You whisper in my ear and I'm beyond all time and place. Please don't touch my face. face. Don't touch my face. I see you reaching. Don't touch my face. I am beseeching. You can touch me almost any place. Just don't touch my face. You're sweet incendiary, and I tremble when you're near. You never cease to thrill me with your beauty, wit, and cheer. You're moving close, I'm helpless now. My blood, my passion race. Now, darling, just don't touch my face. Don't touch my eek. Don't touch your no. Don't touch my face. Don't touch my face. Tango. It's one for you lovers out there. A few years back, I got to write some songs for a musical about Amelia Earhart, which alas never came to anything. The playwright died of cancer, and things went by the wayside, but I got some wonderful songs out of it, and I got to learn so much about Amelia and how important it is to have a dream and to believe in that dream and to follow that dream. Even in times like this, she didn't have an easy time of it coming into her celebrity, and even after that, she struggled being a woman in that time and wanting to do something so outrageous for anybody, much less a woman. She's credited with the quote, "Never interrupt somebody in the middle of doing something you said couldn't be done." This is the little aria I wrote for Amelia called I Can't Wait to Fly. Everyone thinks when the eagle flies, it savors of freedom of flight. But maybe we anthropomorphize just because it's a beautiful sight. When the fledgling falls or is pushed from the nest, is it instinct alone that prevails? And who can explain the way we're possessed to go up, up, up with the wind at our tails? But there's one thing as clear as the sky on a day that was clearly meant to fly on. Each time I leave the ground, it feels brand new. Each time I touch back down, I'm thrilled clear through. Even walking's an extra kick when you recently sailed the sky. To think wherever we're not is the place we must surely belong. Chasing ourselves to the next perfect spot just to find we brought trouble along. That stowaway trouble won't make a peep till we're damn sure we left it behind. Then it prickles our skin while we toss in our sleep till we wake with a restless heart and mind. But there's one place where a mighty calm is as certain to soothe as old Gilead's balm is. Each time I leave the ground, it feels brand new. Each time I touch back down, I'm thrilled clear through. Even walking's an extra kick when you've recently sailed the sky. for Amelia Earhart and all of us dreamers. All of us dreamers. I'm going to do a quick retuning here. I love the premise of this show, which would normally be a live show in a club on your radar. And John, who is such a masterful DJ and also student of music, he's so perceptive and inclusive and generous. And the fact that he chose me to be part of these three with Tom Chacon and Frank and Allie Lee, all such different kinds of music, but he sort of sees the threads in between them, and I so cherish that. I'm going to go back to Chicago to wind up this little concert of mine. This song doesn't come from that time. The words I came across a while ago, they belong to a Swiss philosopher named Henri Frédéric Amiel from the late 1800s, but they speak so much to what keeps us connected as humanity. You know, the African word Ubuntu, which means I am because you are. You know, we're the connection of us, and I feel like we need to celebrate that so much now, especially as an antidote to some of the other stuff going on in our culture. So I put a melody to it, and it's no accident, I guess. I wasn't thinking about this, that it's kind of a madrigal, that it requires sort of a cooperative effort to totally pull it off. But when I sing it, I'm going to sing it for, with the idea that you will join in with me. I'll kind of line out your part, and I'll go through it a repeat time so that you can join in with me on it. I just want to say the words because they're so beautiful. Dear friends, we know that life is short, and we do not have much time to gladden the hearts of those who travel with us. So be swift to love, make haste to be kind. Dear friends, we know that life is short, and we do not have much time, much time, much time, much time, much time, much time to gladden the hearts of those who travel with us. So be swift to love, so be swift to love, make haste to be kind. Again, dear friends, we know that life is short, and we do not have much time, much time, much time, much time, much time, much time to gladden the hearts of those who travel with us. So be swift to love, so be swift to love, make haste to be kind. So be swift to love, so be swift to love, make haste to be kind. So when I was a baby performer in Chicago, I received such kindness in my beginnings. You know, people like Bob Gibson and Brian Bowers and Steve Goodman, who would let me do opening sets for them at the clubs in Chicago, and it went a long way toward welcoming me into the musical community and giving me a sense of worth and self-confidence. And one of the people I met early on, who also was kind and gracious and has inspired all of us, is Michael Smith, whose music lives on with us forever. This is a song of his that one of the earliest songs I learned when I was first performing in Chicago that I wanted to wind up with, just to bring it all around again, John, the rotation, you know. Thanks so much. All of the riverboat gamblers are losing their shirts. His words whispered down in the parlor, a shadowy face. The morning is heavy with one more beginning here in Spoon River. Oh, come to the dance, Johnny Perkins, I like you right away. The unions present, if you listen, you can hear all the bells. There must be a hell, God knows, I've seen mostly hell. Oh, my rig is outside, coming right through the morning here in Spoon River. Ooh, oh, the riverboat gamblers are losing their shirts, and all of the brave Union soldier boys sleep in the dirt. You know and I know there never is reason to hurt when all of our lives were entwined to begin with here in Spoon River. Here in Spoon River. Here in Spoon River. Thank you so much.